even if they're in the wrong.
But if we're going to talk about controversial casting, right now Ezra Miller's in hot news.
Oh, yeah.
And everyone's talking about this Flash movie. But here's the thing. His character is so forgettable in those first two movies, no one's even talking about this movie.
Yeah. No,
and that's supposedly going to be a huge part of this movie, which they just shoehorned in at the end of the last one.
Yep.
Welcome to another episode of Popcorn Bucket List. We're moving our way through April here, and let's just get right into it. Let's not tease anymore. We haven't done a Ryne's challenge in a while.
That's right.
Because we're doing these in the top of the month. We had the Oscar thing, and then we had a special guest. So let's do a Ryne's challenge here.
All right, well,
what do you got for him?
This one's actually going to be pretty easy, pretty simple. So as you know, a week or two ago, I recommended the Halo series because I'm a big Halo guy. I loved the show. I really like the show so far. It's only been 3 episodes, but I really like it. And I enjoyed the games. You can ask anybody. I just dominated the video games. Okay, but really I didn't. I was subpar at best. But anyways, I would like to know who voiced the original Master Chief in the video games.
So you're looking for the voice actor?
The voice actor.
Voice actor.
Some might say the real Master Chief. I don't know.
Okay. But yeah, if you want to be eligible to win Ryne's challenge, you have to comment your answer in the YouTube video. First one to do it wins the prize. Quick reminder what the prize is. It's been a while.
This week we have 2 tickets to the Marshall 6 CEC movie theater. Come check it out. I'm sure Batman might still be around. Morbius, you can go to it if you want. Or you can maybe check out some of the movies we're going to talk about today.
I was going to say, summer movie season is coming up, so you might want to save those.
I just want to hold on to them till,
they don't expire, do they?
They do not. Maybe till Doctor Strange comes out.
That's true.
Maybe
That's
save
coming
them for
out.
then.
Yeah.
There you go.
But speaking of what's coming out, let's just move into the weekly preview. We got a few things here to talk about. Some that I'm really looking forward to talk about. Some of my own controversial opinions, potentially. But by the time this episode comes out, our first movie will already be out, coming out Wednesday, April 13th, Father Stew. This is coming to theaters. It is a Mark Wahlberg movie based on a true story. Basically, a man, he has a troubled past. He doesn't really know what to do with his future. He has a near-death experience, and he decides, I'm going to become a priest.
Yeah.
Now, for context, basically Mark Wahlberg is playing
He's like a fighter.
Yeah, he's like a fighter. Yeah.
Moving to California to be a fighter.
Basically not a guy you would picture to be a priest, really. In and out of the prison system. But, it's really kind of a movie about second chances.
Yeah.
And finding your new path in the most unlikely of places. Initially, I didn't maybe take this movie too seriously, especially watching the trailer. But, it kind of has an inspiring message. And so I think I'm willing to give it a chance just for that.
I feel like they give a lot of it away in the trailer. You kind of get the entire storyline. And you also get a couple of flashes / glimpses of Mel Gibson. Now, he hasn't been in anything like big in a while. Kind of been a little quieter.
Last thing he was in was like the Daddy's Home 2 sequel.
Yeah.
Which also starred Mark Wahlberg, now that I think about it.
Maybe they're like bros in real life. Like, hey, dude, I'm doing this movie. Come help me. You can just play some crazy guy that has a gun in one scene and is drinking. Yeah, I can do that.
Well, was it that, or was Mel Gibson just on set being a crazy guy with a gun, and they just filmed around him?
That could be it too.
I think that's the more probable out of the two.
Yeah.
Now that I'm thinking about it.
So
Mark Wahlberg was like, yes,
I want that in. Just roll film.
Yep.
Nope.
But yeah, that is coming out Wednesday. But Friday, the big ticket premiere. This is the big blockbuster. Fantastic Beasts: The Secrets of Dumbledore. Third movie in the Fantastic Beasts prequel. I'm not looking forward to this.
No?
I'm a big Harry Potter fan. I'm not looking forward to this. Because the Fantastic Beasts movies, in my opinion, have failed in almost everything they've gone out to accomplish. Yeah, no, I'm laying it all. You know what? I don't care anymore. I'm cranky this morning. I am letting it all on the line. All right, here we go. The Fantastic Beasts had the potential to be one of the greatest prequel parts of franchises in all of cinema history, in my opinion. Prequels almost never work, for me at least, and I think a lot of people would agree a lot of prequels don't work. But this one had the potential of expanding the Wizarding World beyond Hogwarts and just bringing us to the Wizarding World, because there really wasn't much more we could do with Harry and the gang.
Harry?
That story was done. But we still loved this world. So yeah, let's bring in new characters. Let's talk about something that wasn't really talked about in the Harry Potter series, and that is the fantastical creatures of it all. But then all of a sudden the first movie is like, oh, well, we got this Grindelwald guy who is a big deal, don't get me wrong, but the movie, they've had 2 movies now, and they have yet to convince me why the zoology expert is going to be the guy to help Dumbledore take down essentially wizarding Hitler.
Okay.
Like, that's essentially what he's being set up as. And that's what the movie wants me to think, but it's done nothing to do that.
Yeah.
And they even joke about it in this third movie. Like, the brother of the guy is like, yeah, these are the people who are going to take down one of the worst wizards in the world. I'm like, yeah, I agree with you, dude. You are doomed. This movie will end with all of you dead.
And one of you isn't even a wizard.
Yeah.
What?
But they give him a wand, and now all of a sudden he has powers?
Yeah.
Was that a thing they could do?
Yeah.
I thought the point of being a wizard was that was something special. You couldn't just do that.
Microbiomes or whatever.
Yeah, we're going to find out it's like some form of midichlorians,
midichlorians
or something like that or whatever. And I love Kowalski, but I love the fact that he's not a wizard.
Yeah.
We don't have a lot of human characters in this franchise. What was great is he was us. He was reacting to the wizarding world. This is the same thing. This is one of the reasons why I think Spider-Man's so great in the Marvel Universe. He's a kid. He's us in the Marvel Universe reacting to aliens and robots and all that.
Well,
we need that thing to relate to. But now he's got powers too.
Yeah.
So what's the point of Kowalski?
Yeah, that's a good way to look at it.
Also coming out that same weekend is a Netflix movie called Choose or Die. A very graphic horror movie by the looks of it.
Yeah.
I mentioned this a couple weeks ago with that Uma movie. It seemed like they were pulling a bunch of horror movie things into one movie.
Yeah.
It almost seems something similar here. It was like there was kind of like some Saw elements to it. The choosing element was
like,
kind of like, I feel like I've seen that before.
Like Would You Rather
kind of thing.
Yeah, there's been a couple horror movies that have come out that deal like that. I've seen a couple of them, and they're good. They're fun. It's gonna be your classic, like really bloody, gross. And like the cinematography looks kind of cool. Like there's the scene with the teddy bear with the eyes, and then some of the misty, foggy.
Some of the visuals do look pretty good. I think that is a good point.
Almost like a little Black Mirror element to it as well. It reminded me of actually the Batman ARG video. If you haven't seen that, the green text on the black screen where it's communicating back and forth. So I thought that was kind of cool.
And then also coming out that same day, another horror movie. This one coming straight to Shudder. I believe we'll have limited theater release as well, but it's called The Cellar. First half of this trailer, as I was watching it, seemed very by the numbers, pretty typical horror. There's a creepy basement sort of thing.
New house.
Yeah.
Oh, it's your first night, and we're going to leave the kids alone.
We're going to leave the kids alone.
Yeah.
Like, who does that, by the way? You are a terrible mother.
Yeah.
Like, right out the gate. And then it kind of dives into a little bit of sci-fi there a little bit. Because all of a sudden, like, people are disappearing, and then all of a sudden they're like, is this like a gateway to other dimensions? And I literally, as I'm watching the trailer, I was like,
that's not what I was thinking this was going. Yeah.
There's a multiverse here in the cellar? There's
pie signs over the doors?
Is Doctor Strange going to show up now at this point? I don't know. I do kind of like a good dimensional multiverse concept, though, so that might be enough to drag me into a horror movie.
Maybe they're going to, like, branch off into other horror movies, and, like, other characters are going to pop in, like cameos.
The Saw guy's going to ride in his tricycle and, like, I'd like to play a game. Nope, just close that door.
The door closes.
Yeah. But with that, let's move on to a little Marshall 6 update in here. One of our favorite places, a place you can see some of the movies we preview this week or in past weeks or in future weeks, ones that come out in theaters. Secrets of Dumbledore will be premiering here. Probably by the time this comes out, it'll be in there. So you want to check out Thursday showtimes for sure. Yep. And if you're on there, they've got special deals for those Thursdays. $6 deal for students and faculty of school districts here in the area. So you want to check that out and use that if that falls under you. Yep. And we might as well mention it since you put up your little sign there. The R&R combo.
R&R combo. Check it out.
Thing is still up there.
It's still up there. People just keep taking pictures of it. You know, it's wild.
These are all lies.
I don't know why, but I think they almost sold out of Reese's and large drinks.
I can't confirm that, but as far as the picture thing, that is all fiction. Let's move into some number one recommended. However, I'll go first because mine's a little bit relevant because by the time this comes out, Sonic the Hedgehog 2 will already be out. It's possible we've recommended this before. I'm not sure. I'm going to recommend the first Sonic the Hedgehog movie in case we haven't, because I did a rewatch before this new movie. There is some good humor here, and there are some really interesting action scenes. If the only real downside of some of them is they kind of rip off the Quicksilver stuff from the X-Men series, but it's a more fun, like a very similar character, I would say, too. And they do some fun stuff with that. But number one thing I would talk about, Jim Carrey's Dr. Robotnik in this may be one of my favorite castings in recent time. There's something about Jim Carrey that just goes directly to my heart. He has a free backstage pass, no wait. Like, whenever you go to an amusement park, you got those flash passes, whatever. Whatever he does is funny to me, or just good, really. I don't know what it is. I can't explain it. It just works for me. So I would check it out if you're just a Jim Carrey fan alone. Ryan, you were talking. You weren't sure if you had some. Do you have any, like, a short recommendation or something?
I did find out South Park. I kept waiting for new episodes. It was only 6 episodes this season. So
was that the finale?
That was the finale, the St. Patrick's Day one.
Oh,
yeah, that was the finale. So I would say South Park, but
I guess if you want to talk about this whole season,
the whole season was good.
I'd say it's a pretty good season.
It was a pretty good season. But yeah, I was like, I kept like 2 weeks. They did come out with one, and I was like, maybe they just had a break or something, or something happened. I looked online. Nope, they're done.
That kind of depresses me now. I was kind of looking forward to that.
I would say if we get shorter seasons, but more of those hour and a half long specials or movies, I'd be okay with that because I really enjoy those.
But that is going to do it for us here on this episode of Popcorn Bucket List. If you have any of your own movie or TV show recommendations, be sure to let us know in the YouTube video comment section. And while you're down there, take a crack at Ryan's challenge and see if you can get that prize. Again, summer movie season's coming up. You're going to want to save those up. That's like the golden ticket right there. There's going to be a lot of big blockbusters coming out here. So for myself and Ryan Meyerberg, we'd like to thank you so much for watching, and we will see you at the movies.